Lawrence Country Club, located in the heart of Kansas, was nominated by Golf Digest as one of the top 5 renovated country club courses in the Midwest region. Superintendent Bill Irving maintains a challenging course for all levels of play.
Lawrence Country Club, established in 1914. The course that's here today is essentially has not changed. The layout hasn't changed much in the last 100 years. We did a renovation in 2005 and 2006. We are creeping bent grass on tees, greens, and fairways with turf-type tall fescue in the roughs. We have a lot of native or naturalized areas for habitat, buffer zones. We are a landlocked golf course, so we can't get any longer. We can't get any bigger. We are pretty much to the max.
Having bent grass on greens, tees, and fairways in Kansas is rather unusual. Irving and his team made a conscious decision to go with tee-to-green products.
Well, when the course was renovated, they certainly considered zoysia, which is the dominant turf species on fairways in our market or in our area. They didn't because it would have added quite a bit to the renovation cost. Seeding bent grass was a little more cost effective, and also too, our membership here really wanted to do something different. It wasn't, let's be another zoysia grass, let's be another good zoysia grass golf course, let's be a great bent grass golf course. The greens were seeded to A4 bent. We are pure A4, very little POA encroachment, even after 5.5 years of mowing and play, very, very little POA. I mean, I'd say we're less than 1%. So the A4 has been a great choice for us. The green speeds are easy to come by. We don't have to work very hard to grow good grass and have perfect greens. The density of the A4, its growth habit, it creates such a good golf putting surface, and the way we manage it, we're able to dry down the A4 without a lot of worry about killing it. It bounces back very quick, even when it's hot and dry. Humidity doesn't seem to bother it at all, and we don't change height to cut based on temperature. We stay the same height pretty much year round. By managing our water with the A4, our inputs, not promoting the POA, we're able to keep it out. We are deep, infrequent waterers of our greens. So about every 3rd night, every 4th night, sometimes every 5th night, we will hit them with a bunch of water and then let them dry down, try to time it before our tournaments, and we can get more speed out of them. I'm conditioning our members to that greens don't have to be perfectly green. They can have a little purple, a little brown in there. So long as they putt perfect, that's all that matters. We just came out of our member guest. You know, we don't have to try very hard to get, 11.5 feet with A4 greens, and they love them. I wouldn't trade them for anything. Even after last summer, when just about every bent grass variety seemed to show some weakness to the heat and the humidity and the moisture, I feel like even when we did get hot, the A4 bounced back as quicker than anybody else. So yeah, the membership loves it.
Irving's G6 fairways have always performed well. However, after his renovation, the decision was made to interseed his fairways with Tee-to-Green's Crystal Blue links.
The 2 biggest reasons why we looked at converting or interseeding a newer variety into our fairways, number 1, the G6 is a great playing surface, but due to its growth habit, which is a little more erect, its lateral spread isn't as fast, so divot fill was a concern. Heat tolerance, stress tolerance, disease resistance characteristics, all were exactly what we needed. But also too, the other side to that coin is at a higher height to cut that you might find on a fairway in the transition zone, thatch can become an issue. So we looked at trying to incorporate another variety of bent into our fairways that would help us with the lateral growth and divot fill, and then also maintain the same stress and disease characteristics or disease resistance characteristics, but also at our height to cut wouldn't help promote more thatch. As we mix these together, only the trained eye is really going to notice that difference, and so really it matched up with all the characteristics that we needed.
There is a perception that interseeding can be an overwhelming task. Irving went on to describe his method for interseeding his fairways with Crystal Blue links.
We do it in the fall of the year. We usually start at the end of August with a verticut or aerification. For 3 years we've been sand top dressing at aerification time in the fairways. So once we get a fairway aerified and top dressed, we will seed in, we'll spike in the crystal blue, and then we'll drag it and give it a little fertilizer and turn on the water and just keep it moist and do everything we can to promote new seed germination. It's going well, especially after last summer. We're starting to see more populations of the crystal blue in areas that were void of turf at the end of last year. Even in areas that weren't, areas that still did fine last year, we're starting to see more populations of it.